My name is Insane Raven, and this is the story of the first platinum of 2018. Now, I don't know what I can really talk about when it comes to Dead by Daylight, because it's a very interesting game. I started playing it because there was a song I heard that people were like, it was a song called Always Delirious that someone did for Delirious. That's not his name. The Delirious Army. I don't know. But it came up on my Spotify. And I started basically hearing a lot about this game. Over time, a lot of people started always like, oh hey, Dead by Daylight type thing. And it kind of got to the point where I'm like, you know what, I'm curious about it. Why haven't I been playing it? Sounds like something that could be a lot of fun. Like a lot of fun. Why aren't I playing that? So I'm like, you know what, screw it. Let's just boot it up. I started playing it, and I kind of fell in love with the game real quick. And then throughout the course of just playing it, I played it like for maybe 12 hours before I'm like, you know what, nope, screw it. If I'm going to put this much time into a game, I'm making videos out of it. And that's how Platinum Road came to be. Which, still, even though this is like a spoiler alert for the Platinum Roads, like, yeah, but we're always gonna get it type thing. I won't tell you what episode. I will tell you, however, that we do go in the triple digits. I'm not gonna tell you what episode we make it with this. I will say we do make it to triple digits. So that's fun. I don't think I want this anymore. Yeah, I'll have to trash that. But, so yeah, this is, Dead by Daylight was an amazing game for us. We had a lot of fun with it. I'm still tossing the idea of doing, a completionist road with it and getting all the DLC trophies as they continue to come out, as they continue to do stuff. I'm still, like, throwing that idea around. I'm not entirely sure that's something I would want to do, however. At least not immediately. I want to give it some time before I'm like, yeah, I'm going to go do that now. But I think it would be something that'd be interesting at the very least. If nothing else, it'd be interesting. As I'm starting to buy stuff and to use with Quentin. No, but I really fell in love with this game as we started playing it, and it's a rare trophy. Like, it's an ultra rare trophy with 0.1% of the people having it. But for us, it's the one that you can see almost every single step of the way. And I think that's something really unique. It's something that I wish I could do with more platinums, but frankly, I'm not gonna do that with more platinums because that'd be a crazy person thing to do. But yeah, I think I'm gonna take a break from the game for a little bit, and if we do the completionist road, I'm gonna take a break from the game a little bit after recording this, and kind of just step back from it. Which is fine. It's not an issue that I do that, but it's just something that's been weighing on my mind. But let's actually talk about the trophies now. The trophies that gave me the hardest time. If you didn't watch the Platinum Road, which I understand, hour-long content with long periods of silence isn't exactly everyone's cup of tea. So let's talk about it. I have to stop you, like... That's the issue with the Link's intro for Good Mythical Morning. Or at least what it was, the intro. I stopped watching them when they were like, we're gonna make 5 videos at once. Why did this become a Red Link bashing session? Not important. So the trophies that gave me the hardest time are definitely the blood on your face, blood on your throats, blood on your face, blood on your hands, and blood on your mouth trophies. Definitely gonna be some of the harder trophies there, just because of the amount of like planning you have to kind of go into. And you do have to walk away with 15. You do have to walk away with 15 kills, 4 of which have to be in the same match to get all those. My best recommendation for that is find a killer that you really love and kind of just work with them until you manage to pull it off. One of the things that's going to be most important while you're going for the killing by your own hands trophies are the shrine perks. I personally bought Devour Hope, which is a great perk for this, off the shrine, and it really expedited the entire process. It was something that I think had I not bought the Devour Hope ability, I'd still be trying to get that trophy, and it'd be a very different series than what it became. So there's that. Another set of trophies that gave me a difficult time are the nurses trophies. The nurses trophies are, I'm not going to say they're not good trophies, because they're very much in line with all the other trophies. And I'm going to talk about how they all break down in a bit. But the way she controls and the way she plays is so unlike any of the other killers that I had the hardest time working with the nurse in comparison to all the other characters. And it's something that I think if you're going to go into this platinum, that's something you should know. The other thing you should know is that this is going to take a long time. This is not a platinum where you're going to be able just to put in like a day's worth of work and be gone and be good and done with the trophy. Like, you're gonna have to put in a lot of work for this platinum trophy, and that's one of the things that makes this probably one of my most proud platinum trophies I've ever got. And I'll say that right up from the gate. I now have 38 platinum trophies. I think it's 38. I'll have to double check that, because I don't know where that was, but that was terrifying. But that's now become. This is now one of the platinum trophies I am most proud of in every regard, and I love it because of that. So this is a trophy that if you're gonna go for, you have to know that it's a huge time hole when going into it. You also have to know that for a large part of the game that you're not going to be good at it. The game is designed in a way that it really wants you to become specialized in one killer and one survivor. That's the way the game is designed. That's the way the game is meant to be played. So going for the platinum, which requires you to some level master every single character in the game, apart from the DLC characters, which start with the Huntress on. It really does require you to master all of them in one way or another. So just be aware of that. You also have to be aware that the game is constantly evolving, with new characters being added almost every month or so, every other month or so. How you play the game and how the game continues to evolve is going to be a huge factor in your platinum road and in your journey for the platinum. There's just something that you really have to keep in mind as you continue to work for the trophies. When Freddy Krueger came out, there was a huge uptick in people that achieved the platinum because a lot of people didn't know how to play as that character. Nothing wrong with that, but it is something that you should be aware of. Each DLC comes with a myriad of trophies that either continue on strands that either continue on strands that have already been created, or for the concepts that have haven't been moved on. Another the Freddy Krueger DLC brought in a lot of trophies regarding treasure chests and them and how they get used. They also got in a couple of trophies in regards to how what am I thinking of how the exits are used for powering up exits and just those types of things that constantly get evolved. So there are certain things in the base game that you would think, oh, there has to be a trophy for this, and they're actually not. And they actually come in for the DLC trophies, which is something you just have to be aware of when working on it. The other thing you have to know about this game is that it's always online and that it is a very auditory based game. 90% of the information you're given about any given match that you're in is done through noise and through sound and through the music cues, as you can hear. They're all visual cues as such as that, but when it comes to like the majority of the information that you want and that you're actually processing, that's not your main source of information, and it's important that you know that. But now we're going to break down the trophies and how they actually work, because the game itself is divided up into two main parts. It's divided into killers sections and it's divided up into survivor sections. And the trophies do a pretty good job at doing that distinction, with specific trophies being given to each of the base game survivors, each of the base game killers, whether it be for mastering the killer's specific techniques or for getting a perfect escape with a survivor using their independent perks. It's a beautiful list. However, that doesn't stop the list from being god awful sometimes. With some trophies seeming to just artificially grind out everything, some of these trophies are a nightmare. And I am talking in regards to trophies like shocking therapy, which is the doctors in the trophy, which you get for shocking people 500 times. It's a trophy that on paper doesn't take a lot of time because shocking someone is such a simple thing to do with his moveset. It is something you just have to grind out, and something that you have to put in a lot of time if you want the trophy. There are other things that involve the trophies that are just god awful, including both of the nurses trophies, which the nurses trophy is almost so unfair to the point where you have to cheese it. What you have to do is you have to get a 3 teleportation you have to land 3 teleportations and then grab them. Now, the way that it works, first off, you can only blink twice as her base stats. They don't allow you to blink more than twice. It just isn't a thing. So there's that. Then there's the fact that her blinks are so inaccurate a lot of the time that it becomes really frustrating to lock down exactly where you're going to end up when you do blink and when you do use your blink ability. So those two things, coupled with the fact that her character itself doesn't really work well with the type of game. She's much slower. Her teleportation just is very wonky at times. These are the type of things that you have to be aware of when playing the game, and when playing the game as a nurse. Then you also have characters like the Hag, which, if you use them strategically, can easily be one of the best characters in the game if you use her to be one of the best characters of the game. She's shorter than most characters, she camouflages easily in with her environment, and a cleverly placed Phantom Trap is all you really need to turn the tide of the game. However, her trophy called Even Punishment is a nightmare of a thing to go after. It requires you to teleport and attack each of the survivors in your match successfully without fail. This trophy is much harder than it needs to be as it currently stands. It's a trophy that shouldn't be difficult. It's very similar to the surprise attack trophy with the Wraith, which requires you to uncloak and attack, getting a jump scale-esque trophy. The problem comes in with the fact that what makes the surprise attack trophy and the whatever it's called for the hag is that they're very different rule sets, and the game doesn't really explain what the rules are very well, and it's something that created a lot of frustration going into that, which is something that's shameful, and I wish it wasn't the case, but it is. Then there are 5 trophies. It awakes. Full set, level 25, which I forget what the name of that one is. Prestige 1, Prestige 2, Prestige 3, Prestige 3, 50. There are 6 trophies dedicated to just leveling up. Just leveling up a character. I chose my character to be Jake when I was going to level him up. And it's a decision that you have to kind of take with care, because it's going to very much determine how you play the game in certain ways. If you level up a survivor and your decision is to be like, this is my one survivor, then you end up using a lot of shrine points and end up using a lot of shrine abilities, because the survivors are really locked down to what they can do. Whereas if you decide to dedicate all those points into a killer, you are 100% locked down with how you play the game and how you attack and how you move, and there's really nothing you can do about it at that point. So those are the decisions that you have to be aware of going into the game, going into these trophies. Personally, I loved this game. I loved every moment of it. I'm playing it again right now, so I really do enjoy this game. But there are a lot of things that, if you're going to Trophy Hunter, okay, we're facing the Trapper, that you just have to know before you really get into it. And that's something that I hope that this video has that kind of provided for you. It's my most proud trophy ever. It's definitely going to be, unless like I somehow manage to top this year, it's going to be my platinum of the year, which is insane that I got it the first day of the year. But you know, a lot of hard work in 2017 made this a awesome trophy for 2018 to kind of have. And so yeah, just be aware of everything. You have to be able to take in as much information as possible, almost constantly, almost to the point where it's ridiculous. And unfortunately, there is no other way around that. But I think what we're gonna do, for old time's sake, and because technically Platinum Road is still being updated regularly, what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish up this match with you guys, and then I'll call this a video. Which I'm not even sure if I'll do that. Weird. Nope. But you know, these are the type of things that like you have to be aware of. You have to be constantly on the lookout for. So yeah, the game, it gets a lot of comparisons to Friday the 13th, and rightfully so. Both of the games are always online, heavily jump scale type games, which makes a lot of sense. But there are also games that you kind of, god damn it, dude. He's coming right for us now, dude. But it's definitely something that you have to be constantly aware of. And some of the trophies are very unfair in the point of like there are some things you just can't control, and that's another thing that the game has going against this, that there are certain things in this game that you can't control and you never will be able to control, which requires a lot of trophy, which is where a lot of the trophies kind of get their meat from, is the fact that you have to play as a team and you have to kind of be the best at what you're doing in that moment, in that situation, which I wish wasn't the case, you know. But it is, and if you're going to go for this platinum, something you have to know going into it, that the game requires you to be the best. The biggest struggle, I would say, is that the Where They Go trophy is a trophy that you have to get as a group. You have to like put together a party. You have to like figure it out that way. Because oh my god, is that a difficult trophy? You basically need all 4 players. You need everyone in the match to be on the same page with that. And getting 5 random people together to work on a thing just isn't going to work. None of the trophies can be received through a private match. They all have to be in a public match, which goes to adding to the frustration. So there's a lot of things you have to be on the lookout for in regard to this trophy. Alright, there he is. Wait, how he... Oh, okay, whatever. I'm trying to think if there's any other things that I should do, like talk about. But here's my issue. I know that in the Platinum Road, everything gets covered. There's not a single thing that I miss in the Platinum Road. So I'm just trying to think, what am I missing here that would... like be poorly explained there. If that makes sense. But I don't know. I'm struggling to come up with things at the moment, which is weird for me. It's not something I currently do a lot of. Yeah, always be aware of where your killer is. always be aware. But it's definitely a game that, like, as you continue to play, the more you play, the better of a chance you will have when it comes to getting the platinum, and the more abilities you'll be able to do, just because you have to know how players in this game think to a point. Like, there's a certain point where, like, you just have to know that, okay, he's playing as a trapper, which means he's probably going to do this, this, and this, and they're just things that you have to learn, and they're things that the game will not tell you, and you have to kind of figure it out for yourself, which some people really like and some people are gonna hate. So it's definitely not a game. It's not a platinum trophy for everyone. I'd almost go so far to say that this is a platinum trophy for basically no one. But you know. But I do want to thank you guys for watching. I want to thank you guys for, you know, being a part of the Platinum Road. If you guys do have suggestions for what should be next there, let me know. And I'll be there. I'll be taking suggestions. And yeah, this has been another Tales of the Hunt video. 2018 is going to be a great year for this series, and it's going to be a great year for just my trophy hunting in general. So thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.